Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another TPM Tactical video. Today's video has been requested quite a few times, where we're covering off on how to modify your loading screens, your welcome screens, deployment screens, and a couple other images. But before we jump in, if you are enjoying these videos, please hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment below with other tutorials you'd like to see, or whether you liked the video, whether it was helpful or not, or even tips on how I can improve these videos anyway. We always want to learn. And yeah, okay, so let's jump on in. So I have created a mod quickly which has some of the modifications already. So this here, test world, loading screen test. So as you can see, first thing we have here is a test icon. So I'll show you how we change that. It's in your mission header. Okay, so once I hit play, it's going to reload. The load screen is going to come up pretty fast. So we may miss it, but let's see where we go. So you can see I changed the background here and the background here. So it's actually a map image of a dam here in southeast Queensland in Australia, Wivenhoe Dam. I put in the background. And also now you can see here this deployment setup. You can see I modified this. So I've got like a loading screen image here, bit of information. You have your aerial operation faction. So I changed the title, added a bit more information here. These are some dad jokes. Sorry, I quickly copy and pasted. And obviously the background image. And if we go, and this is your welcome screen image. And if we go to the next one, we have your faction selection, and you can see there's a different image here in the background. And then everything else is as normal. And you'll load into your mission. Okay, so now let me get out Arma Reforger and let's jump into the workbench. Better launch this. Look at that, already got Battlefield 6 preloaded for those who play Battlefield 6. Okay, so there's my previous workbench project that I created for that quick mission scenario I just showed you. So let's create a new one from scratch though. So create new project. Let's call this loading screen example. Okay, here we are. We've just loaded into our project, and as you can see, loading screen examples what we have here. So to make this work, to demonstrate, I do have to create a world. So let's just create a couple of folders that we're going to need. So images, where I'm going to throw all my images in for backgrounds and whatnot. Worlds, I want world to be saved into, and let's create a, missions, just for the sake of it. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the world editor first. I'm going to load up a world, just going to load up Ireland. So this is just the vanilla map, Ireland. No mission on it, it's just got the base world there. As you can see here. Okay, so now I'm going to go File, New World. I'm going to create a new subscene because I just need to create a mission to be able to utilize. What's going on here? Yep, so here's my, to be able to demonstrate what we need to modify. So let me just save this, save world as, it's automatically select my worlds folder, which I created within my project. Gonna call it loading screen example. Awesome, so I'm gonna go to plugins, the game mode setup. I'm gonna create a conflict, or add all the conflict managers that are required using the plugin. So next, yep, scan the worlds, just checking to see what managers are already there. Obviously none of these are there, so next. Create entities. It's telling you that these ones here need to be modified. Yep, sweet, that's great. We want to create a header, so we'll create the header first. Modify the header. Okay, so as we were loading in, you would have seen that there was that icon in the initial part of the video. So let me just locate my images. So these are the images that I'll be utilizing. So the first one here is test icon. Actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to go into images folder. And I'm going to drag all my images that I require into my images folder. Just going to let it go through its process, importing. These ones don't have the correct suffix and whatnot, so it's not going to apply all the import settings that I wanted. So I'm just going to quickly manually modify these. So import settings, changes to format compressed best, changes to sRGB, re-import. So I'll just quickly do that for the rest of them. Okay, so I've re-imported all my images with the correct imported settings. Okay, so here in your mission header, you got your icon. So one thing to always remember when you're going through and replacing or modifying anything in the original content, always go to the magnifying glass, like for images, EDDS files, double click on it and always check the size. So you want to utilize the same resolution, so same width and height. So I've already got these set up. Where's all my images? So where are we? Test icon, throwing that in there. So your loading screen image. Where is it? This one here. And my preview image. That's this one here. I'm not going to worry about modifying anything else because that's not the purpose of this video. So these three, like the icon is the initial one that you'll see when you're going through like your server browser, and when you click on it, it shows the mission's been run. And these ones just like your loading screen or your preview image as well. Okay, so that's pretty basic. So we've done that now. Let's go back into it. Let's not open that. Let's go back into our world editor. So in our world editor, what we want to locate is the game mode manager. So game mode here, campaign. In this case, it's campaign because it's conflict. In here, we can scroll down or we can just type in welcome. I'm in the wrong spot. Type in here welcome. And here we are. This is SCR welcome screen component. So this is the default layout. So if I go, actually, sorry, before I do that, let me just quickly make sure this mission is going to work. Create new layer. Okay, so like I was saying, in the game mode manager, I want to go in here and go to welcome. As you can see here, SCR welcome screen components. So what this is once it loads, it's this here. So this UI is all coming from that welcome screen. So available factions, objectives, and whatever the other one was. The right column is welcome screen in introduction content. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to disable this one and I'm going to add my own. So I'm going to add component down the bottom here, type in welcome. There it is, select that. Sweet, now it's all blank. So what we need to do in your base layout, we need to set class, and we'll use the same theme. So welcome screen, 3 horizontal columns. And then we have the left, middle, and right column. As you saw previously, there was 3 columns. So the left one, let's set the left one up. That's what we're going to do for that. We'll do the welcome screen intro. I'll try to keep it similar to the previous one I had. Just keeps me on track as well. Yep, and we want to add introduction, expand this, and here's a content image. So welcome screen intro. Let's put in a image in here. So go to these 2 dots, and look for an image. So I'm going to go to my images folder. I'm just going to use the loading screen one, for example. Control S, and I've saved that there. So now you can add in a title text if you like. Let's put it here. This will be below the image. So read below. And let's put in some, what we're going to put in here? Words. Exciting stuff. Sweet. Title text, what can I put in the title text? You are entering the area of operation, aka AO. Okay, so now we're going to do the middle column. Let's do, what did I do previously? I think I did the factions. Yeah, welcome screen faction content. Title text, area of operation, factions as an example. Obviously you can put in whatever you like. And that's very predefined with these faction column layout and the faction layout. Let's do the last one. So let's change this to, we'll do the same as the first one, but we'll just add maybe some more information. Again, I'm trying to keep it very similar to the original one that you saw. Further information. Let's do that as a capital I. add, you can add another image. Let me just locate another random image. Preview, yep, that works. Title text, let's say alt info. Again, let's just type in words. Okay, Control S, so I've saved that now. So remember, this one, the original one has been disabled, and I've just added in a new one. So let's go have a look at what that looks like now. Sweet, so as you can see, we've added in our loading screen image, read below, words, I put in the titles, you're entering the area of operation factions, and it's automatically applied the factions that have been set up as per the faction manager. Further information, another image, and then other info and words. So let's confirm that it's all worked correctly. Again, it's just the UE, so it shouldn't change anything else. The UI, or GUI. Okay, so that's done. Obviously, you can go through here and play with these settings, create your own welcome screen component, and add and muck around with the test and adjust. Like there are other layers or other UIs, layouts. So let's just quickly, let's delete this one and just add a random one. Again, I'm going to add component. I'm in the game mode manager, going to add component, welcome screen, base layout. Let's debriefing screen, uneven 4 tiles. Let's see what this looks like. Top left tile. Okay, top left tile. Let's put intro. Let's do the same concept. Let's add an image, see what this looks like. Again, I haven't really tested this. Title, words. Let's add another one, faction. Let's leave that default. Do another intro. Oh, let's do, yep, we don't want an image this time. Let's just put in words. Again, I don't know what this is going to turn out like. It's debriefing. Welcome screen, dynamic objectives. Haven't used that one before, so let's see what happens. Let's have a quick look. Well, that didn't go well. Dynamic objectives, doesn't like that one for whatever reason. But you can see it still went through and tried to put the debrief for uneven tiles into this deployment setup. Probably still works, continues on as normal. But generally it's designed for those 3 vertical columns. But yeah, test and adjust, see how you can make it work to what you want to set up as. Okay, now what we're going to do, so we've done that screen. What we want to do is change the background images. Actually, let me just quickly go back. Not in motorbike driving past. Let's disable that one and re-enable the original one. Actually, I'll delete this one. Let's just confirm delete it because I just don't want that error coming up later. Yep, so this is the original layout. Okay, now let's modify this background image. Okay, so what we need to do now is go back into here. What we're looking for, there's 3 different components we're going to be looking for. Now, just going to remember what they are. Loading screen, UI, layouts, menus, loading screen, scenario loading screen. Yep, sweet. So here's that loading screen, the initial one where I changed the background here. Added my logo and changed the actual the background image. So if we look here, as I'm already selected on the Reforger logo, we scroll down, it actually points to the logo here. So what you can do is just click on this, the little dots, and locate your image that you want to replace it with. Or I'm just going to EDS file. Just going to chuck in my, what image can I use? Test icon, that'll work. As you can see, it's not centered correctly and you'd have to test and adjust, but that's what replaces that. Actually, let me just upload my logo. It's usually the easiest thing to utilize. I upload a logo. It's a PNG file. Okay, so I'm just re-importing that image. Once it's in here as an EDS file, I'm just going to click and drag it across to this texture. And as you can see, it's replaced it there in the background. So if you wanted the image just to be up the top left here, you would have to have your image in like a 1920 by 1080 size. Let me flip that. And just have the image itself here while the rest of the stuff is hidden, and then you can get it to sit there correctly. I assume that's how it would work anyway. So as you can see, we'll change that image there, which is just that logo. Now let's locate the background image. Vertical background image, pretty sure this is it here. Yep, so this is the background image that you always load in with. So again, all I'm going to do now is click and drag my image map straight into here, and as you can see, it's in the background. One thing we need to consider though is, actually no, that'll be for the next one. For this one, it's fine. Okay, awesome, so I'll save that. Okay, jump all the way back because I was a numpty. Can't save on that one. I need to right click on this and go override into my project. Now I'll double click on it and I'll go through and modify. So let me just change that background image. Images, map, click and drag. So as you can see, I've changed the background image there. And this is Wivenhoe Dam in southeast Queensland. Okay, moving on from there. Now we want to look for one of the other backgrounds. Let's go into the original Arma Reforger, into UI, layouts, menus, and we're looking for role selection. No, not roles, respawn. There's a different menu there. Which was the one I was thinking of? This one here, welcome screen menu. So I'm going to right click on welcome screen menu, dot layout and override. Once I'm in there, I'm just going to double click on that. Let me close all these but this one. Okay, so in here we have this map as your general background. So I'm going to locate the map widget, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to untick is visible. And what I'm going to do is go into this map frame, go create, and I'm going to search image widget, drag this into the map frame. Once I'm in here, I'm now going to make this image, you need to be selected on this image 0 being the first one you placed. I'm going to click and drag it so that it covers this whole background. Yep. Once I've done that, I need to click on properties, and we need to have this the same as the map widget. See, the map widget goes from the anchor is that right one, bottom one. So we need to set that the same here. Right, what's going on? Right one, bottom one. So that is now anchored at those coordinates. And then from here, we're going to scroll down and locate the texture. So now I'm just going to grab a image. What was this one? Welcome screen menu. There we go. Click OK. And now we have that welcome screen menu. So I'm going to save that. Just confirming I have unticked is visible. I found that, I'm pretty sure when I tested it, if I unticked is enabled, it came up with an error. But if you do untick is visible, it just works with no errors. Okay, so now we're looking for the respawn menu. UI, menus. Is it called respawn? Actually, I saw the image a second ago. So I named it accordingly. Role selection screen, sorry. Role selection. Menu layout, which is this one here. So right click, override. Close that. And I want to make sure I'm opening up my one that I've overridden. And again, we follow the same process. Locate the map widget, is visible. I'm going to untick that. And now I'm going to click create here and locate the image widget. click and drag the image widget into the map frame 0 in this case. Once I'm in here, go into properties and I want to anchor that. Again, if I click on the map widget, you can see where it's anchored at, right one, bottom one. So go into the image, go to anchor it in the same location. And now I'm just going to click and, oh, I clicked off it. I want to drag that. What have I done? Clicked on something else. Drag that to the side and then all the way to the bottom. Cover that whole surface area. And now in here, we want to change that texture again. So let's locate my image, roll selection screen. Yep. Control S to save that. And if I have my world already open, I need to make sure I close that down, the world editor, and then reopen the world editor. Okay, let's hit play and see if it worked. Oh, what did I do there? So there was the error I was talking about before. There must be something else I forgot to tick. Let's ignore that for the time being. But as you can see, background image, the welcome screen is there now. And you can see there's a different one here, the role selection screen. And everything else will work as normal. I just need to fix up that error. What did I do wrong? Map widget. Oh, sorry, might have to have it is visible, but then put the opacity down to 0. Let's see if that fixes it for both of them. Oh, not that one. Let me just close the world editor. Whoops, not particles. World editor. Let's see if that resolves that error. Yeah, so now you can see welcome screen. Again, we went back to the default layout here for this deployment setup. But you can see now different role selection. Well, that's pretty much it. So we covered off on how to throw in the icons. So that was from the mission header. Where are we? So, this icon loading screen preview images. We also showed how to modify the actual welcome screen, the deployment screen, and the other loading screens as well. Hopefully that all made sense. It was a bit all over the place. But yeah, if you do have any questions in relation to that, please leave in the comments below. Again, I'm still a bit rusty trying to get back into my flow of things with these videos. Hopefully I can get a few more out over the next week or so. Again, it just depends on how things are going in life. Always busy, busy, busy. If you are enjoying these videos, please hit that like, subscribe, and thanks for your time. Cheers.